Hi there! So I may be kind of turning the corner on this stupid cold that I've had for a week now. And today we are going to drink some Minty Comfort. I like Minty Comfort. Actually, I don't know if I will like Minty Comfort because I don't always love mint teas, but we are going to give it a shot. I have an affection for, oh gosh, that smells good. Ooh, it's got orange in it. Okay, so I may like this. I do have an affection for peppermint around Christmas time, peppermint teas. So that's what this looks like. There are big old chunks of orange pieces that I can smell. Let's see what's in this. Okay. Peppermint leaves, echinacea. Oh, good. So this will be good for my cold too. Apple pieces, orange, eucalyptus, lemongrass, natural orange flavor, juniper berries, and it has no caffeine. So this actually, I just had like a traditional medicine cold care tea. This sounds like this will be very similar. Yesterday I finished off the Speedy Recovery tea that I had the other day. So I know some of these are out of order. So this is actually the third of this group, even though it's the first you will see, because the order they're supposed to go in was this one first. But since it was an herbal, I was kind of saving it to do in the evening, but then I just never did. I was never feeling well enough in the evening. So it's like 10 in the morning right now. I had a client cancel their 9:30 appointment. So I have an unexpected little window of time where I can do things. And I'm not feeling like crud. Woke up this morning feeling a little bit, having a little bit of vertigo, which happens to me periodically. But I took a water pill. And I'm hoping that the vertigo is now done, because this is the first time in over a week that I have felt good enough to go climbing, and I want to go climbing today. Having a sick day every once in a while is okay, but having a week without really being able to exercise makes me feel terrible. And even though I'm not feeling a whole bunch of energy quite yet, I want to go to the climbing gym, and I can at least belay my husband. It's funny, so I put this poster here because I've got a little spot, and I think it's messing up the focus. I think it keeps because it's got glass on it, that I think it keeps messing up the focus of the camera. So that may have to go. You may not see that in any of the later videos. But I want to belay my husband. I want to do a little bit of climbing if I can, especially if this vertigo totally goes away. And they have a steam room and a sauna and a hot tub. And I would at least like to sit in the steam room for a little bit. It might help clear me out. And nobody's ever in there, so I don't really worry about infecting anybody else. Although I've had this for over a week, so even though I know with a cold you can kind of still be contagious until you have no symptoms, and I still have some symptoms. I still have some congestion. I can't imagine I am very contagious, though. I'm probably just a little bit contagious. So I may wear a mask in the climbing gym, but if nobody's in the steam room, I'm going to go just sit in the steam room and let it clear out my lungs. Because that's been the worst part, is I've had this tightness in my chest. But luckily, I've been sleeping well. That's one thing. When I have a cold, I often don't sleep very well because my nose is stuffed up and I hate breathing through my mouth while I sleep, or my throat hurts, and that makes it hard to sleep. So various reasons, and I haven't had any of that. I never really got a sore throat from this. It went right into my chest, and my nose has always been clear enough that I could breathe through it at night. So hopefully I'm at the tail end of this. Fingers crossed. I am ready to start feeling better and start doing things. I mean, I think it's kind of a situation where I'm going to start doing things anyway, whether I feel better or not, because I'm just I'm tired. I worked all last week. I've never stopped working, but since I work from home, I get breaks, and I'm not infecting anybody else. I canceled massages last week. I wasn't going to give anybody a massage or get a massage. I had a massage scheduled for myself, which I canceled because I didn't want to get anybody else sick. So, all right. It has been 5 minutes, so I can try this. Although this may be one that is better steeped even longer. So it's a very pine yellowy color. I can definitely still smell the orange. I'm excited because I had one recently that was supposed to have orange in it, and I couldn't really taste it. Mostly orange. Oh, good. There's a little bit of minty aftertaste, but it's like, yeah, it's almost like a chocolate orange kind of thing. And I don't think it has any chocolate in it, but I've got that vibe. It's very orangey. I think the lemongrass helps. This is a lovely cup of tea. Minty Comfort. I'm going to have to look that one up because this would be a go-to sick tea for me. I do like the traditional medicine, but I like it because I feel like it's working for me. I don't particularly love the taste of it. It's okay. This is really nice. Oh, I'm happy. I have so much tea right now that I hate to kind of have a stash of sickness tea, but the reality is when I'm sick and I don't have it, I'm very, very sad. So I do currently have my cold care tea. I currently have a ginger and manuka honey tea for tummy aches. I have a nettle tea that someone sent me. And that, actually my son really likes that for his allergies. So I like it. I don't love it. I do drink it when I'm congested, because I do think it's helpful for that. But my son asks for it when his allergies are bothering him. So that's been a really nice addition to my arsenal. So that will probably be one that stays as well. Those are about my only illness teas that I have right now. But I've actually also thought about going out and getting some whiskey so that I could have a hot toddy every once in a while. I probably, like, the idea sounds good. The reality is I probably would not want alcohol when I'm not feeling good, and it would dehydrate me a little bit. I'm reading a trilogy of books where they drink whiskey a lot. And whenever I'm drinking a book that talks about different drinks, like, it's really bad because sometimes the kind of fluffy novels I will read, a lot of the ladies sit around and drink wine, and it makes me want to have a glass of wine. So I wish there were more stories out there where they drink a lot of tea. Actually, the one I'm reading right now, they drink as much tea as they do whiskey. So this is lovely. I'm actually really happy about this. I'm very happy that it's more orangey than, yeah, that guy's got to go. Even though I love that poster, and I love Bread and Puppet. But I like that it's more orangey than minty. I was worried about it being just minty. So this is a really nice tea, and I'm glad it has echinacea in it. And yeah, I'll definitely drink this whole pot. Maybe even finish this whole packet today because I've got enough for another little pot. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope the year is wrapping up well for you. So, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Hello again. So today we have Raja Oolong chai. Kind of getting sick of all these chais. I know, it's a Christmassy thing. And I am actually finding the chais that I like. So, okay, I have a new thing. My mom gave me a new thing. It's very exciting. So, it's here, I will show you the whole thing. It's a little infuser, and it's got this little thing that it sits on. So you can take it out, and it will sit, and it actually means I can reuse tea. If I want, I can do second steeps without a problem. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is because I have something in my yellow teapot that I want to re-steep. So I didn't want to take it out right now. So let's see if I can show you that. Can you? So there's my chai in there. Let's pop that in. I've got my big mug here. And this is supposed to steep for 5 minutes. So we'll see how much mess I make when I try to pour some of this into my clear cup so you can see it. So this is oolong tea, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, chicory. Oh, I may like this. Cocoa nibs, natural spicy cinnamon flavor, black peppercorns, and cloves. So anything that's got chicory in it, it smells very cinnamony. I smell nothing but cinnamon. So between the oolong tea and the cocoa nibs and the chicory, I may really like this, which would make me happy. I hate being such a Debbie Downer about the chais. Because honestly, I do like a chai. I like a chai with some oat milk and some maple syrup. I don't tend to like my chais plain, and I don't love having oat milk and maple syrup. Oat milk and maple syrup feels like a dessert to me. So it's kind of what I want in the afternoon after lunch or after dinner. So that leads to two problems. If it's after dinner, I want it decaf. So I actually have found a banana bread chai from David's Tea that I really like. That's low caffeine. It's got some caffeine, but low caffeine. It's delicious with some oat milk and maple syrup. But it's not a go-to during the day for me. It's a dessert thing. So I really would love to find something like that that's completely decaf. I haven't found a decaf chai that I really like. And I don't love some of the chai spices. It can be way too much for me. So like ginger, I don't know, I'm kind of touch and go with ginger. So it depends on how gingery it is. After lunch, I might be interested in doing like an oolong kind of chai. Problem is, there have been so many chais this month. I get that chai is like a winter thing, I guess. The spices of it are very wintry. But I mean, it's like sometimes I'm having multiple chais a day, and that's too much chai. It's too much chai for me. One chai maybe every 3 or 4 days is enough chai for me. I have I think it's a masala chai that I have had for about a year that I haven't finished. And it's like it's like a 2-ounce amount of chai. I just don't crave chai very often. So it's rare that I really want a chai. When I want to have a chai in the house that I can go to when I want a chai. But that may be this banana bread chai. And my guess is once the winter's over, I'm not even going to want that anymore. So we will see. I love oolong. But again, some of the other teas I've had today, so I've been filming a lot today. So I had the Christmas tea, which was basically a chai. What else have I had today? That's the only thing I've had that's chai-like so far. The others have not been very chai-like. I've had the pomegranate green, which was delicious. Everything else has been kind of my basic teas that I drink in a day. Although I haven't had a matcha yet today. I usually have a matcha as my second tea of the day. I haven't had one yet, so. Okay, I'm going to take this infuser out. We'll see if I want it in anymore. I'm going to see if I can pour from here to here without making a big honking mess. Oh, look. I spoke too soon. I poured it up on the floor. So, it's a nice caramel color. I can still mostly smell cinnamon. I'm excited about that. So I get a little bit of ginger in the back. I get that kind of, which a lot of people don't like, kind of the bitter chicory, cocoa nib flavor. I like that. I think it's more robust. Like, I love kind of that bitter chicory with cinnamon. Chicoricino is one of my favorite teas that Adagio makes. I have a giant 16-ounce bag of it. This kind of reminds me of the Chicoricino, except that you can taste the oolong in it. So it's like an oolong Chicoricino, which is not sad about that. I'm pretty happy about that. It doesn't have as much chicory in it as the Chicoricino does. And I just like saying Chicoricino, because what a great name for a tea. So yeah, I'm not sad about this at all. If it hadn't been called a chai, I would not have called it that. I would have called it a spicy oolong. Because again, I don't get enough of the ginger or the cloves to make it really stand out as a chai to me, which makes me happy because I don't really like either of those flavors. So yeah, this is a good one. I may put a little bit of milk in it because I think that might be tasty, but I don't know. I may not. I may just enjoy it the way it is. All right, I am off to Needlefelt and watch A Discovery of Witches. Not a bad day. Feeling a little bit better, keeping some ibuprofen in me to keep my headache at bay. I also seem to have like a window in the afternoon where I feel a bit better. But I want to get a bunch of needle felting done while my husband is out of the house. So maybe my figure will start looking like Jim Croce by the time he gets home. I don't mind him seeing me working on it, but I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. So, but if I don't let him see me, I'm probably never going to get it done. So, all right, bye. Hi there. So I have a couple of minty teas today. So this one is mint chocolate tea. This one is a black tea. I'm going to make just a small cup of this. Because I used the strainer for my yellow teacup or teapot to strain out matcha. Ooh, it smells nice and chocolatey. So I'm going to just pop this right in here. And there's a lot kind of going through there. Oh well. That's one nice thing about my yellow teapot. It's such a fine mesh that really you don't get, unless it's a red rooibos, you don't get much going through that strainer. So this needs about 4 minutes. It's black tea, rooibos tea, that's why it's going through, cinnamon, ginger, cocoa nibs, chocolate mint flavor, peppermint leaves, chocolate flavor, cinnamon flavor, caramel flavor, vanilla flavor, candy canes, chocolate chips. It's got moderate caffeine. That sounds really lovely. Because I used my other strainer for matcha. I have a peach matcha that I like, but really clumps, and I don't have a real whisk. I don't have a bamboo whisk. So it can get really clumpy if I just like shake it up in a thermos, which is what I usually do. I won't buy this matcha again. It was on sale from Adagio. I'll probably do a review of it at some point. But it came in these little packets, which I don't like either. I'd rather not use all the plastic of individual packets. So I'm kind of trading off doing that and a mint matcha that I have from Vadam or something. I forget what it's called. I'll review all of these at some point. And I'm trying to use up the peach ones, but it really caked in my my sieve. So I really would like to run it through the dishwasher. I think that would be the best way to kind of clean out the matcha. Instead of just, I don't think hand washing it's going to get it as clean. It needs to kind of soak. So I may actually just soak it. But so I'm using this one. My parents are coming over shortly to celebrate Christmas. I am still sick, so I'm going to wear a mask around them. They're going to wear a mask around me. They are getting ready to go to Florida. They go to Florida for a little bit every winter because even though it doesn't get too cold here, we have a couple of months where it's pretty chilly and it bothers my mom's arthritis. So she likes to go to Florida for a couple of months, and they do. And it's good because it's actually been very, very cold. It's hard to believe it's not even winter yet, that won't be winter until 2 or 3 more days. Not your time, my time. So it is the 18th for me here today. Because I'm going to be out of town when this video would need to be made. Plus I just like getting ahead because I know life happens, and if I'm not way ahead on videos, there's a very good chance that I won't get caught up on videos and I won't have time to do videos. I actually have 3 Patreon videos that I have to get done this week. My patrons are pretty kind. So I know if I go to them and I'm like, I can't, they will understand. But I think I'll be able to. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Yesterday morning, I just did nothing. I stayed in bed all morning, which I never do. It's funny. My mom wrote me this morning. She said, if you're not feeling good, feel free to be in pajamas when we get there. I was like, never. No. Being in pajamas all day makes me feel so much worse. So it is very unlikely that you would ever catch me in pajamas all day. I like to take a shower. It makes me feel better. Especially because with this hair, like, you cannot do anything with this hair. You can't run a brush through it. Like, the only way I can get it to be in any kind of reasonable state is to take a shower. So, oh, it's a pretty color. So look at that. That's pretty. That's like a bronzy caramel. It still smells like chocolate. That is my favorite minty chocolate thing tea that they have tried to do. So I know I have not been super positive about a lot of the chocolate minty stuff, and a lot of the times I've just gone and made it into a hot chocolate, and that was good. This feels like I'm having a hot chocolate, but not as sweet. And I honestly am finding like I really don't want super sweet in what I drink most of the time. So, so I wonder if that, yeah, mint chocolate tea, delicious. Again, my only complaint would be that this is not a decaf. So I don't tend to go for teas like this in the morning. I tend to go for teas like this in the late afternoon or evening. It's kind of a dessert thing. And I would rather have it decaf, but it is moderate caffeine. It's not a high caffeine. So yeah, it's about like half rooibos. I think that's what gives it this really pretty kind of bronzy orangey color. That might be one to purchase. I like that a lot. Well, that's a happy start to the day on a celebrating Christmas kind of day. I think my husband is getting ready to do some cleaning downstairs, which will be very, very noisy. So I may hide out up here, but maybe not film until the noise stops. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful end of the year, and I'm going to do a one-day review for the New Year's tea, and then we'll have some different stuff going on in January, since I'm not doing community in January, and I definitely want to do it in February, but I don't know, I may change up the way I do reviews in February, because I've got lots of tea I want to review, and if I do the community, that kind of takes up all of my review time. So we will see. All right, cheers, everybody. Almost there. Almost New Year. Bye.